Okay, so this is the A6M6C. It's a plane that you got, you won in a tournament or whatever. I haven't bought any, and I haven't even tried to win any. But this plane, an event plane, that's what it was, an event plane. Where is it? There it is relatively inexpensive. $13-14 US, which means about $14-15 for me Canadian. Anyway, I never even bought these. I would never buy these planes. First off, some people want ridiculous prices for them, like $2,000. Really? Come on, get a brain. But on top of that, you had to spade them. You paid all that money out, bought the plane, and then had to spade it. I thought that was the most ridiculous, asinine thing you could do. Well, I bought it, and it came fully modified. I just bought it yesterday, so I haven't had it out in a game yet. What I discovered is that they have these 10 Type 3 number 1 Mod 28 Mark 1 rockets. And no, these are not for taking out ground forces. These are for taking out planes. They're unguided, but having tried them out, they shoot as straight as an arrow. So the Japan test one for naval aircraft is really ridiculous. You got no planes or anything to shoot at other than ground targets, which you can barely see. 3 cargo ships and 2 light cruisers. So I tried these on the light cruisers, and even with a rocket salvo, it did no damage. But on a cargo ship, one of these will take out a cargo ship. Just one. So I thought, heck, and I don't like these. Never have, never will. They're too hard to steer. So let's tell you, I'll show you in a test flight. Set this back. I was just in a jet. So that's why it was so far. No, not for tier 4. There. What I want for tier 4. So I'm using ground targets on all because it has armor piercing incendiary for the 20 mils. High explosive fragmentation, but one's a tracer. Now, ground for the 13 mil is armor piercing incendiary, armor piercing incendiary tracer, and high explosive incendiary. The 12s, or the 13.2, are more deadlier than the 20. Do much more damage. They certainly do great on ground. On the ground forces that you actually get in a test flight, like I said. Excuse me, I haven't had a chance to try it in an actual game because there were no games. So give me a second here. I'm gonna get a cigarette and I'll show you. Yes, I see you. I'm busy. Look at him over there waving at me. Hi, how's your grandmother? Sorry. Maybe I'll just edit this part out. So it would have been nice to show you in a game, but until I'll make a game with this, or I'll take it into a game. Because I have it set rocket explosion for 800 meters. And I found years ago that if you can't reach a plane with your bullets, the takedown, if you set your rockets to automatically explode at say 1,000 meters, so you're 1,000 meters behind the guy, and unless he's hacking and using aimbot, his bomber's rear gunners can't reach you, because tops, even fully spaded and an ace crew, it's only 667 meters. So I have these set for 800 meters. And what that'll do is if I can't hit the plane with bullets, or the bomber, I can have them explode near him. And I used to be able to take out bombers doing that. I'd shoot the rocket, it would explode at the plane, take out engines, and do all kinds of damage. So can't do that on this test thing because Gaijin doesn't supply planes. Just that. Ground targets. Okay, let's spool up. This thing has an incredible rudder and elevator on it. It can pull out of dives, no problem. Very little of no torque. Makes taking off a carrier very easy. Gear up. Flaps up. So gain some speed here and then climb. Oh great, now the sun's coming out to affect my track IR. See, it climbs very good even with 10 rockets on it. There, the torque had a bit of an effect. Take it off a wet, that'll help. Didn't want to set my microphone on fire. Okay. Come over here. See, all Japanese planes love to climb. Anyway, here's a light cruiser. You don't have air brakes, so don't worry about that. But these rockets are useless even in a salvo. I can't do any damage to this. Nothing. Wait for the rockets to reload. See, no fire, no damage, no nothing. There, got our rockets back. But on a cargo ship, you can try it from way out here and aim high. You see, they'll blow up before they get there. Matter, Abner. Oh, so anyway, you know that they will take out cargo ships. It's kind of a waste on ground targets using them. But these ground target bullets are probably the best out there right now. It didn't blow up. That's because Gaijin wants to make a liar out of me. They've blown up every other time. Well, you're asking, why am I using ground attack if I'm going after airplanes? Because the armor piercing will destroy the engines. You can go through the cockpit and kill the pilot, whereas high explosive won't do that. What did I do there? A brain dead moment. My dog was just here, but now he's taken off. Forgot I changed the key bindings on my guns. That's 13 mil and that's 20 mil. Anyway, I just wanted to show you that. Anyway, yesterday I was having no problem blowing up ground targets with those belts, ground target belts. Still got rockets left, so I was gonna get rid of them. A little overkill here, but whee! Anyway, let's see some other tricks this plane can do. Like I said, it has an incredible elevator on it, strong, effective rudder, which makes me wonder why people aren't buying this plane. I guess the sun's decided to come out. Turns really good. None of that wing dip, which creates a tail spin or a flat spin. Even with 10 rockets on it, its climb is really good. See? And I'm at a 25-30 degree climb. Look at that. So there's no problem getting away from anything there. It's now starting to stall out about 130. And I found it does an amazing hammerhead. Look at that. That's one of the best hammerheads there is. I discovered that a lot of the American planes you can't do a hammerhead in. Good climb rate. For a heavy naval plane, this is pretty good. That time, it didn't even stall out. So you can climb out pretty quick. That wasn't very good. I'm not sure if it would do any damage in an actual game or not. Oh well, are the combat flaps. Oh, combat flaps work pretty good. It's got a pretty good roll rate for a heavy plane, heavy naval plane. Look at that. Whoa. Wow, see how well it came out of that flat spin? That's impressive. Very good plane. I get it now while it's really cheap, because once I put this out and a few people buy them, those prices will start going up. So I'm glad I got it while people didn't realize what a great plane this was. Anyway, what else can I show you? Get a bit of altitude here. Sun's coming out and my drapes are open. It's affecting my track IR. It did help that I increased the luminance of the beam coming off my track IR. The light doesn't affect it as bad as it used to. Oh, am I? Okay. Let's get some speed up. I want to show you something. Okay. Somebody's on my tail. I gotta do a Nimmelman. You can do a Nimmelman in this plane. How about barrel rolls? See my level. I don't like the fact that you can't see your horizon. The blue thing there under the 13 mil. Okay, to properly execute a barrel roll, You pick up your nose and roll. Oh, it won't do, it'll do an Immelman, but it won't do a barrel roll. Is that because I got too much torque on there? Let's try it without the torque. There, take the torque off, it'll do it. I like the fact you can actually get out of a flat spin with this plane. Gee, Gaijin, do you think you could do that with the British planes? It was a year or two ago, you had to shut the engine off, even on a jet. Completely shut the engine off because of Gaijin's torque on a jet. Can you believe that? Torque, left or right torque. If you wanted to come out of a flat spin, you had to literally shut the engine off so there'd be absolutely no torque on it. But now, even at that high a rate, I was still able to easily pull out of that flat spin. So I'm impressed with this plane. Really surprised that nobody's buying it. A6M6C. It's a heavy naval plane, but is more nimble, and I think it's one of the best Japanese planes out there now. See how it is at landing. No, I'm not going to attempt a landing on a carrier. I've done that for a few years and not about to try my luck at it. It doesn't have the exaggerated lift. The flaps don't have the exaggerated lift like they used to have. Still bad enough, but it's far controllable. And really putting a lot of pressure on the stick. Pushing forward. My dog's back licking my damn feet. Hey Gaijin, please put some planes to shoot at in here. Whoops, I'm not there yet. Bit rough. I like this plane. I highly recommend it. Go buy it while it's cheap. Because while it's still cheap. Because once it starts selling, there's the 13 mil on the right there. Just like the A6M5. When people start seeing it being sold, they're going to jack the price up, and next thing you know, they're going to be asking $2,000 for this plane. So get it while it's like $13, $14. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed that. It's just a short one. I just wanted to show you what this plane's like, and I highly recommend it. I'm very impressed with it. Have a good day.